my god. Okay. It's 4 minutes to midnight. I bought sparkling rosé and I was gonna like have midnight sparkling rosé, joking, like first drink of the day on Christmas is always so early. But I know what wine feels like and I don't feel like wine right now. So I'm currently boiling the kettle. I just had it click off. I'm not having Bailey's hot chocolate. It is bang on midnight on Christmas Day. I have been wanting to dye my hair for ages and today is actually going to be my first proper day off in a long time. This is part of a bigger ethos. Okay. Since I want to say 12, I've had a fascination with being emo. I don't think that's a unique experience. On Tumblr, it was very nostalgic for like the emo time that had just passed and some people were still like in there, but then we had soft boy small bean emos and I was present for that, but I never quite managed to get on board with the visuals in the fashion because I wouldn't say I had like strict parents, but I was always just like really embarrassed to try. And even now in the present, I've always felt like to people who aren't old, I'm old, but to people who are old, I'm not old, you know, which I don't think is an uncommon experience. I think a bit like how I used to say, if you thought this was emo, but you looked like this is also emo because 80% of emos look like this. I feel like I'm that, but with alt at the moment in the sense that like I don't have a huge wardrobe of accessories and stuff, which makes all of my outfits look just that like step more plain. And on top of that, I've always felt very apprehensive to like do my makeup really big. When I lived back where I grew up again, I got heckled, someone yelling goth at me within about a week of moving home after uni, and I was just like, okay, so I'm gonna have to tone it down somehow. The point is I'm gonna go all out. That like trying to make myself look as different as possible thing, but specifically just go all out on the alt, but I'm taking this opportunity to also touch up my hair dye. I actually mixed it up earlier whilst talking about other stuff, so here's that. Basically, I thought I'd bring you in for the mixing ahead of time, just because I'm not going to dye my hair just yet, because I'm currently in the process of doing, like, I'm trying to sing every day for 7 days. So far, not going great, because I did not sing on day 3, but I did sing on day 4, and I'm planning to sing today. And also, I'm filming this bit because I never keep track of what I do. I look back at pictures and can't remember which dye I used to achieve certain things. I have wanted to have grey hair. I think I've tried about twice, and one time it worked and I don't know why it worked, and the other times didn't because I literally used the same thing, which was this. But I also bought this the other day, which is Stormy Grey from Directions. And oh yeah, this is Mackie. The colour is grey and it's Mackie hair mask. This I find slightly drying, which is why I'm mixing hair mask as well as conditioner into it all to like bulk it out. The reason why I'm filming it on my camera, which is the same reason why I have not had a third video yet, is because I have just discovered, when I say discovered, basically I have a Mac and I have an Android. I filmed my last 2 videos on my phone and I filmed other videos on my phone since, but for whatever reason can't reliably gather up and get videos from my phone to my laptop in like an efficient enough way to make it worth it. Yeah, I don't actually remember how it worked in my other videos. I think I was just on faster Wi-Fi, so the videos just moved from A to B to C much quicker without me really even having to think about it. So goopy. I really shouldn't be wearing white. I got a job and it is only seasonal, but I got a job, and what's so ironic is I made a whole video in October about not being able to get a job. I applied to a master's and I talked about the fact that I'd applied to a master's, and I would say I got rejected, but it was almost like they never saw it. Like I called up to like ask what was going on with it, despite the fact that like someone had individually set up my late application for me. It was as though it never like made it to the top. But that's kind of what my October video was about. I just did like little vlogs of like dyeing my hair like I am right now, changing my piercings, some like daily outfits and stuff, and it's all just like, what's so frustrating is I have it, but I just can't pull it together. There's a lot more between these two than I thought actually. I thought I was gonna have to add a lot more to bulk it out, and it looks so dark. Okay, let's dye my hair. I didn't bring my hairbrush in here, which is a really good start. As you've just heard from past me, I kind of tried and failed to make videos over the past couple months. So I was trying to get a job and I did manage to land a seasonal job, but that job is ending soon, obviously, because it was seasonal. The overall job hunt experience has not made me very optimistic for what is to come doing it all again. At the moment, I am very apprehensive as to how this will take to this underneath bit of my hair that is much darker already. In the back of my mind, like, silver or grey hair has always been like my eventually I will dye my hair this colour and I will keep it this colour from the age of like 23 to 30, which, to be fair, I am not far off 23 now. I've already got some in my sink, cool. But yeah, I don't count what I'm doing right now as working. But what I do like to think is that this is just like building something. And I don't know whether I mean evidence that I can video edit, evidence that I can edit audio, work with just like footage, or if that's potentially like an audience to say, hey, go check out this thing I did when I do art and music stuff, hopefully potentially in the future, which segues me nicely into the next topic, which is that in November I actually ended up releasing a song, and it would have been kind of cool to document it on here. I uploaded the song to platforms, and then I think less than a week later I got the interview for the job I have right now. The promotional period did not happen the way that it might have if I'd been unemployed, but that's not necessarily a bad thing because at least I wasn't unemployed anymore. It's under the name Psych Fate. If you kind of think about it backwards, the name for this channel came about long after I decided I wanted to release music under that name eventually. And I added the XVIII, which is the number 18 in Roman numerals, which is the moon in tarot cards. I'm excited to get onto the lengths of like the top layer of my hair because that's the only bit of my hair that's like really bleached, and would like soak this up really quick. Okay, let me get it on the important bits then. I released a song called Blue Rain, which is entirely made by me. I am the only person who touched it. I don't think it's going to be unusual for me in future. I just, I can see myself collaborating with people. I had more and more the realization that if I were to write songs to be sung by other people, I'd have to sit down knowing that's what I was going to do, because I always write a little too personal, not in the sense of like not okay to share, but in the sense that I think it's gonna come across as nonsense to someone else, or they're not gonna like get quite where it's coming from. When I write lyrics, it is such like a layer upon layer of like fact and fiction. I don't really know how else to explain it. The idea of that coming out of someone else's mouth is so weird. It's like someone like reading my diary on the radio. It's about my experiences like not really doing a very good job making friends in adulthood. It's so frustrating when you think someone's understanding you and you realize they're humoring you, and it's like, oh. And I feel like, you know, that happening in its own like isolated experiences, like fine, whatever, you can like shrug it off. But when that's like the only social interaction you're having ever, it starts to get a little insanity inducing. A huge element of like the composition is an actual voice note of me crying, which is interesting. It is very old, this situation, and it does not matter anymore, luckily. But I think that's like what's so interesting about it is the fact that at that time I was so genuinely distraught. Was it like 3 years later? I made that literal sound into a song. I made the sound of me crying whilst at uni studying music into my first song, which is just like, you know? I knew this wasn't gonna be like a super strong effect, the dark grey, just because my hair is still so purple in some bits, but I'm kind of excited to see like that's looking like something. The accumulative bleach damage has really got into me, because like when people talk about bleach damage, they don't just mean when you bleach your hair. When I bleach it, I like do the whole pulling to make sure it's not stretching thing, and I'm really careful about like the timings and washing it out and stuff. But what I like have not realized until I've lived through it is the way that once your hair is bleached, it is weak, and that means that your hair may look the same as it did before you bleached it right after, but after a year of brushing and shampoo and chlorine and going in the sun and going in the sea, it'll be straw-like. It'll feel weird when you brush it, and yeah. Blue Rain is out now, so it is out on everything. It came out on November 5th just because that's the day I wanted it to come out, but it's never too late to go check it out. I'm also planning to re-release it now that I've spoken to you guys about it. Yes, the song is already out, but I want to give it its moment again soon. But yeah, I'm working on my vocals at the moment. I've always felt like caught in such like a paradox with my voice where I don't want to say I have perfect pitch because I do not have Charlie Puth Slam the Door, that's a B flat perfect pitch, but I can pitch match. When I pull a song out of my head, I always have the starting note right. I can pick middle C out of the air. That's right. Yeah, I want to work on my vocals because I don't like my tone, and I like finally like that is definitely the problem I have with it. Having been classically trained, I literally basically was only trained in head voice. But yeah, I'm working on my singing just because whenever I do vocal takes, I'm not happy with them. I was never 100% happy with the vocals for Blue Rain, but I could appreciate how far I've come from even just like a few months before. Basically, I've never produced vocals before, and I've never recorded vocals before. So to go from nothing to that with Blue Rain, I was like, fair enough. Do you know what I mean? If I'm being completely honest, I've never put in the full effort to improve my vocals, to like actually sit and pinpoint what it is about them I dislike and what it is I can change to prefer them personally, potentially make them objectively better. I never know what to do about like New Year's, in the sense that it does feel like somewhat of the perfect time to start something new, obviously. Like it can be a really good like marker for starting something new, but also the amount of like pathological demand avoidance it causes if I tell myself something's like starting in January is horrendous. I guess I can't really remember what life is like when I have 100% of my free time again. I'm not really looking forward to it because it was never my intention to be unemployed and work on music and video and stuff. The applying to jobs isn't really working. Obviously, I'm still going to be applying while doing this stuff, but it's so hard to know when I'm using my time and when I'm wasting my time, basically, in both directions. Like, I might have applied to 100 jobs now in the past like 6 months. Applying to 100 jobs and getting one. And similarly with doing stuff like this, like, this is a use of my time. It might be a waste of my time. I don't know. I think it might be washing out time. Hello. Does my hair look that different, especially on camera? No! It is actually quite a big difference. It was looking very random, and now I feel like it looks a bit less random. It is, I think it's like coming up to 11 on Christmas. It's 10:30. And I want to start putting my face on. Like, I know I'm not doing like a proper Christmas day today, but Christmas is always like, do you have breakfast and what do you have? Do you know what I mean? And I think I do want a drink. Or I could have Monster. Hello. I got a Monster. I haven't actually cracked it open yet. It felt more fitting. Even though I'm not doing a family Christmas day, I am gonna be drinking at least 2 days of the next week. This might be better. I have, to say I have acne prone skin feels weird, because like, the reason I'm over explaining this is because I don't want someone to look at me and be like, where's your acne? Then I have been on line cycling, I've been on 4 versions of the pill, 2 different topical treatments, and this is all over the past 7 years? But I'm currently on day 7 of not taking the pill. I'm on day 28 of my 21 7-day break pill pack. So I have one singular spot there, and it's very annoying. Because of how easily my acne is set off by environmental stuff as well, I don't really wear foundation. I don't have a foundation to use today, which I realized like heavy makeup is like a huge part of the whole thing, but I'm not risking it. I'm not doing that. I do have this for like color correction and concealing, and I do have a concealer which I don't tend to use because it can set my skin off, but I am gonna use. The other thing I was gonna say is that I have not done anything to my eyebrows in, I was gonna say a few months, I guess realistically it's a few weeks. Basically, I used to do slits in my brows, and then one day, a combination of like overshaping and having done the slit in the same place so many times in the past meant that this eyebrow just stopped like there. Like I had that much eyebrow, which is like kind of in, and you can just draw the tail on if you want a tail. But for me, I was like, I want to know where this bit of my eyebrow went, so I haven't plucked, shaved, used any makeup even on the ends of my eyebrows, and you can see it's all like growing out underneath as well. I think I'm gonna take off the excess in order to do this super clean, but I just don't want to lose the end of my eyebrow again, so I gotta be careful. I wouldn't call this like the tutorial, but it's kind of like I don't know what I'm doing, and you might not either, but between us, I'm sure we can achieve something. I've been saving TikToks of other people trying alt makeup, as well as like some people who it's like their everyday makeup, showing it as like a tutorial, just to kind of confirm what I already suspected about how people were achieving the shapes they're making. A lot of them have incredibly thin eyebrows or bleached brows. I do not want to go there today. Shaving as opposed to plucking, for anyone curious, is because I want it to grow back eventually. I literally get eyebrow hair like here and here, and I like pluck that because I don't think I'll ever want that personally. Anything that like I might want to have back eventually, I just cut rather than pluck, which is why I use a razor. I usually dye my eyebrows, but I haven't dyed them in a while. By the way, I don't know if I necessarily want my fringe to be super like shaped, but I figured this was the best way to get it out of my face without changing the shape of it. It feels really weird doing makeup without like a podcast or music on, but I guess maybe you guys are using this video in that same way. I'm starting off with sunscreen, by the way. Sunscreen is the one thing which I do put all over my face because it doesn't seem to break me out. And also, having used benzoyl peroxide, I once genuinely had like a tanned face for a few months after being on different, because no matter how much sunscreen I used, my whole face would get sunburned. You know that Cabinet of Curiosities episode, The Outside? When I first watched that, bro, that's literally me and my different prescription. Boring bit's almost done. I am excited to get into actual shapes and colours rather than just colour correcting. I'm trying to think what random anecdotes of my life I can talk about while I do this. Oh, do you know what? I have 2 free months of YouTube Premium at the moment, so I cancelled my Spotify. I've been meaning to try YouTube Music as opposed to Spotify for a very long time. There's no streaming service which is like amazing in terms of like ethic. However, Spotify is kind of particularly bad. Even if I'm on YouTube rather than Spotify, at least it's free. Like, they're not actually getting my money if I'm on the trial. My like student verification ran out, I think, this summer. I should probably try other platforms because they're all as expensive as each other. I have about 1,000 playlists, which I know is insane. I've had Spotify since 2016, but I'm finally kind of ready to say goodbye to those things. Like, it's been long enough since the ones I was really emotionally attached to that I'm okay with only being able to check them out on Spotify free and then maybe make like a copy of them on a different platform. I did also genuinely consider getting an iPod Shuffle because, first of all, I think they look really cute, and I've seen people using them as hair clips, which I think is so fun. You can buy dead ones, which don't work anymore, for so cheap on eBay, so I think I'd do that if I was doing it as like accessories. But I want a functioning one. I want quite a big one because I do own quite a lot of physical music across like owning K-pop albums and stuff. This is not doing the makeup. I always have this problem of, in this palette, this is the only palette I have which has like matte eyeshadow colours in it. I don't know how to tell you what I'm doing because I'm not doing a tutorial, I'm just doing it on myself, but then like you might want to know what I'm doing. This is an angle brush and this is brown eyeshadow. I mean, that's doing something. I don't know whether they should be straighter. I mean, each old person is still their own person. Okay. We're doing something. So I've gelled my brows down, and I also put a very pale eyeshadow, like under them, to try and make them pop a bit more. Now what I've seen people do is brown eyeshadow, you know, like in the shape. Just whip the whole time, you know? I'm also worried it doesn't look good. I really can't tell when there's like no eyeliner or anything with it. But I just mixed, well, I say mixed, I just blended these 3 here. The like pale brown, dark brown, and then the glittery brown to get this kind of bruised but glittery like overall thing. And I literally was doing all under and then all around. I feel like we're so close to eyeliner time, but I'm gonna build up white in the inner corners and stuff first. See, I have used this before, and I know this is like a stereotype, like the NYX white jumbo pencil. I usually blend it out like that, which is why I've done that just now, but I think we need more. I think it's eyeliner time, and I literally don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this on camera, even though this is like the biggest part of it. I think I'm gonna do a wing here, and then a wing there. Oh, but I like when people do it like coming under that way. The whole point of this is going to see what I look like when I do it a different way, but I know what suits me. Difficult. One of my favourite makeup artists to look at online ever is Possum Chic, and I think I am gonna try and recreate her like eyeliner shape. I mean, the good news with it being so big, it can really, there's a lot of room for ever. I fixed it up. I've mentioned before, I am hooded eyes community. I know people get a bit uncertain what hooded eyes are, but like if I were to draw a dot there, disappear. I have a question for people who do that eyeliner like this every day. How quickly do you get through it? Okay, now I just got to try and replicate that on the other side. So I finished the eyeliner. I am a little upset with how the inner corners came out because I feel like I normally do them less messy than that. What I can't decide now is like what to do next for the eyes because they're definitely not done. I think I'm gonna go black waterline even though I have an imitation lash underneath. Oh, I feel like it's looking better just from doing that. I'm gonna be so real. I do not know how people do this like every day. I literally just had to have like a snack break because it is 20 to 1. I know we did some like faffing about at the start and I like went and got set up after 10:30, but I've been here for at least an hour and a half. I put on lashes. I am not a pro lash applicator. I have worn lashes maybe 5 times in my whole life, and I would say only 2 of those I didn't get someone else to do it. I'm not super happy with the way they're on, but I feel like it looks okay, and you know, I'm not going outside or anything. It doesn't have to like last all night. The only thing we're left to do now, which is like completely new to me, is nose contour. I have contoured my nose before, but not in this way. Ooh, it's not super straight right now. It's so weird having grown up with the what not to do contour being drawing big lines down here. This is gonna feel really weird. The problem I always have is like I want to blend stuff and then I'm like, did I just blend it all the way? I realize I've really gone ham with the blush, but that is just how I like it. The way I'm doing for freckles, because I do highly recommend, is this brow something. It's like rubbed off. It's from Rimmel, and I got it on clearance, which makes me wonder if they still do it, but it's like a really good like little round shape, and then I just put 3 or 4 dots on my pinky. I did that a little harsh that time, but it's just so you could see. Use a different finger to like press them in, then you also like pick up the print and it just gets like blurrier and blurrier. I don't know how else to describe it. This is that palette. It's still going for me. Okay, I'll do my lips properly later, but this is where we're at the moment. See, it's coming together. I went from really being really unsure of it, and I don't know if I've just like adjusted or if it was the lashes that brought it together, but when I was just doing the eyeliner I was so unsure of it. I can see it. I can imagine doing it again and not feeling super imposter syndrome, like I'm posing like it's not really suiting me. I had a big break because Queen never cry, but Queen get overstimulated easily. So I tidied up all the makeup situation, and I drank water, and I just like chilled out for a second and got all laid out for outfits, which I'm excited for. But the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my hair. It doesn't like require a tutorial that much. It's nothing particularly interesting what I'm gonna be doing, but I might as well chat to you guys while I do it. What I do for this, by the way, is I don't grab everything. I stop grabbing about here. So wait, let me show you the back. You see? And then I tied that, and then we've got a gap, we can do that. I'm not sure if I want to put a chunky clip in it. I mean, that is very much what I usually do. I was thinking of doing braids with like this bit of hair on each side, but I don't think it's gonna add a lot. Maybe I could do it anyway. Yeah, sure. I got these earrings from Just Earrings very recently, which I'd seen them before at a market, and then I saw them the second time and I was like, they're gonna own this whole look. I think I'm gonna start putting on clothes. I don't know if that's gonna stay put. Surprise! This is outfit number 1. Sorry, I'm a bit monotonous because I've been having a stressful camera setup situation. I was originally going for like a 7-point outfit thing, but I just couldn't really get it to work how I wanted to, so I just went a bit more minimal. I would go out like this, but I don't know where, because like I'm not gonna go just like walk down the road like this. And I don't really club, but maybe I would club if like everyone wants to club like this and I could join, you know. I think I need to get into like old raves, but I've just never really, don't know where to look, don't know where to hear about them. This is outfit 2. I actually like this one more so far. It is a bit more classic, like 2018 to 2020 girl. But I did not have confidence at all then, and I was also like in school still. So this is what we got going on. I've kept the demonias on. This one is really quite fun. Again, it's like I don't know when I'd wear it, but the more I feel like the more I see myself like this, the more like I can like normalize it in myself, you know? Yeah. I don't know if this is 7-point outfitting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. This one's fun. I want to take photos in this one, but then I'm going to stop filming for a bit. And it is already, this was meant to be my like morning activity. I think it's 3 o'clock. No, it's 2:30. Okay, it could be worse. It's not dissimilar to the last one overall. I've got a lot of things similar about it. I'm wearing this shirt with this skirt because I feel like they don't go together at all, which is what I like about it. I don't know how I feel about the glove situation. I just like threw on like mixed match clothes because I lost the other one of this glove, which made me really sad. But I have socks on and like mixed match situation with the leg warmers. I'm gonna stand on my chair to show you, which I realize is a bit of a crime because like it's a cushion. But these shoes are clean. Oh, this is how I should show them all, like up there. More of like a casual, potentially warmer one that you can wear this like with a hoodie. I feel like this one's like a bit borderline. Like I don't know if it works as well, whereas the other two were like, boom, that's an outfit, you know? I have a slightly different idea for the next one. This is not what I plan to do next, but you're actually not ready. I'm going out to drink in a couple nights. And this is what I'm gonna wear. I actually can't believe like I've owned all this stuff at the same time for so long and never put this together. I think I've hit my middle ground of my style but looks old to other people. I think we did it. And you know what? I have been wearing this. This is unbelievably, this is from the Rita Ora Primark collection. And I found it in a charity shop. So someone must have literally done like a haul of the collection and dropped a few things off on it because it is new. And then you can take it off and it's like a fun outfit reveal. Oh my god. This is why I was making this video. I'm so excited. Okay, I don't even know what to put on next. Okay, this one's really quite simple and it just makes me wish I had more reasons to go outside. Like, because I literally only go outside at the moment to go to work, which has a uniform, and go to the supermarket to buy food to exist. By the way, I have a butterfly clip here, like a hair clip, because this isn't actually cinched, but I think it suits me better that way. I'm just a bit apprehensive to sew it yet. And I've literally just got like shorts and a black t-shirt on underneath. Like it looks so boring without it on top, but it's literally like made it into a whole outfit. And I love the way that the cinch creates like a little waterfall down the front. I just think this is really cute. And it's giving me a bit of a complex of like, I own all of this, I can put this on whenever I want. And I feel like this, like if you layer it, it just gets like more casual. It's like almost pajamas, but like outdoorsy. As in you can like wear it outside. So, this is the outro. I'm back in the outfit I knew I'd end up back in. I'm gonna take photos, maybe film TikToks with it. All you're going to be able to see of my eyes is ring light with this on, right? It's going to be a bit spooky. Thank you for watching. This has been interesting. Taken up much more of my day than I expected. Honestly, just this outfit is worth it. I'm not gonna lie, I can't see myself doing the under eye liner every day. But what I have done before, which is really growing on me now, is like this shape. Like a crescent moon or like a C. I see myself doing that a lot more. I'm bigger now that I've seen this and seen that I can. Don't know if pull-off's the right word. I see myself with big eye makeup now, as I've wanted to for years. I haven't just put on ridiculously big eyeliner in my room since I was maybe 17 at the oldest, 14 at the youngest. I would love to incorporate contacts and like graphic liner into not necessarily every day, but like going out for the day, going out for the night makeup more. And I'm just trying to pressure myself into doing it because I'm so scared of overdoing it and then always underdo it. It's funny, I never thought I like quote unquote cared what people thought of me, but I think in the past year I've lost even more care. My eyes are really starting to hurt. I've got like a ring light shape in my eyes. Yeah, what if I just turn it off for the outro? Is that really dark? That's really dark. I am planning to re-release Blue Rain, as I mentioned earlier. At the very least, I'll make some videos breaking down how I made it and the thoughts behind it. I hope you had a good holiday season, whatever you're doing. And maybe I'll see you in 2025 doing something else. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing with my life by then. Oh well. Bye!